This just sent straight from Philly. Philly MC said they want that smoke, so we're gonna see what y'all got. Meek Mill, you know, you ain't got nothing but air and opportunity to show them how it's done.
I'm at a point in my life like we all grew up in the streets and we try to be better, but they labeled us felons, sent us back to jail. I had to fight against that the whole time.
Where would you be right now if you were just Meek Mill, who nobody knew, if you didn't have all these powerful people who raised your case up and made people pay attention?
I would be in prison.
Hey, what's up, King Son? Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you.
Meek Mill's got to deal with what he got to deal with based on the relationship him and Puff had.
It's a lot.
Okay, let's address the elephant in the room, all the allegations. Are you attracted to men or women?
It depends on my mood, my vibe.
Is it true that you've had sexual relations with Meek Mill?
I can't tell you that.
They sold him a dream wrapped in gold, but what he actually got was a nightmare in disguise. They promised him the world, but instead, they locked him inside a cycle that was designed to break him down. And tonight, we're connecting the dots between the slow unraveling of one of Philly's biggest stars and the so-called mentorship of Diddy. This isn't just about music politics. It's about power, it's about predatory behavior, and it's about what happens when manipulation feeds off desperation. Here's what most people completely missed. Diddy didn't just stumble across Meek Mill. He picked his moment carefully. Meek was vulnerable, fresh out of jail in 2018, still tangled in legal battles, searching for someone with real influence who could finally give him stability. That's when predators strike. Not when you're strong, but when you're exhausted and grateful. And that's exactly the blueprint Diddy had been running for decades. Find rising talent at their lowest point, swoop in with a lifeline, flex those industry connections, and make it look like salvation. At first, it feels like mentorship. Like somebody finally believes in you. But little by little, the lines start shifting, and before you realize it, you're trapped in something darker, something you never signed up for.
You know, ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Meek Mill had his Amazon account connected to his Twitter. The man on there buying dildos and it's getting posted to his Twitter account. I just purchased this 10-inch dildo.
Real life shit,
Nigga,
girl.
no Diddy gang, Meek Mill in real life. Don't ever disrespect me, you
Talk
heard?
that shit, Meek. Yeah, Meek.
Meek Mill's got to deal with what he got to deal with based on the relationship him and Puff had. Dressing alike, being cozy, Puff calling him daddy, saying little innuendos to him. People are looking at that and saying Meek Mill is wrong for saying no Diddy. But you can't tell a man how to spend his money and how to make love to his wife or his Diddy.
Gene Deal has never been the type to sugarcoat anything. When he speaks about what really went down inside Bad Boy's inner circle, he isn't talking about missed deadlines or petty contract disputes. He's talking about the price Meek Mill paid for stepping into a system designed to exploit vulnerability. A system where every opportunity came with a hidden trap waiting underneath. May 3rd, 2014, Meek's 27th birthday. On the surface, it looked like the ultimate flex. Diddy shelled out $25,000 to rent the Parisian Palace in Las Vegas. To fans and outsiders, it was a generous gesture, a powerful mentor celebrating his protege. But to insiders, that wasn't kindness. That was an investment. And in Diddy's world, investments always come with an expected return. What happened that night wasn't just a party. It was an initiation. According to testimony from property manager Jason Hayes, the aftermath told a story no camera captured. razor blades left behind, coke residue lining tables, used condoms tossed aside, bed sheets stained red, and bottles of lubricant scattered everywhere. And the most chilling detail? Diddy had demanded double-sided locks on every bedroom door. Locks where only he held the key. That isn't party planning. That's creating a trap, a setup designed to control every move, every exit, and every person inside.
What do you think about the undercover community?
I think that if you roll in undercover, right, there's no need to, because I think the opportunities are endless.
Hero stood shoulder to shoulder with Meek Mill.
I'm at a point in my life like we all grew up in the streets and we try to be better, but they labeled us felons, sent us back to jail. I had to fight against that the whole time to gain my respect and be who I am today, and I'm proud of that.
They came recently. This happened a long time ago, but they recently just made a statement that they found loads of cocaine. I wonder what they did with the cocaine, because they didn't turn it over to the police. They say they found loads of cocaine, razor blades. They said that the sheets were bloody, nasty. They found a whole lot of used condoms. And it was a Diddy party, giving in Meek Mill's honor for his birthday. I was like, yo, wow.
Gene's reaction said it all. This wasn't shocking to insiders, it was confirmation. When a man who's witnessed Hollywood at its darkest calls something frightening, you know it's crossing lines most people can't even imagine. The truth is, that night was never about celebrating Meek Mill. It was about breaking him. Meek was supposed to stand as Philly's proof that you could fight through the struggle and win. Instead, he became a cautionary tale of what happens when raw ambition collides with a predator's power. Even his own city, the same streets that raised him, the fans who once shouted his name, struggled to recognize what he had turned into. And the transformation didn't happen naturally. It was engineered. Every move was calculated to strip him down. Dressing like Diddy? That wasn't fashion. That was submission. Publicly playing the role of the sidekick? That wasn't friendship. That was control. Even those leaked intimate tapes weren't random. They were designed to chip away at his credibility, to erase the respect that once protected him in the streets. Because here's the brutal reality. Once you're no longer feared on the block, once the streets don't see you as your own man, you become fully dependent on the handler pulling your strings.
Everybody kind of knew back in the day that Meek Mills and Puff was a little too friendly. Anytime two rappers or two people in the industry come dressed up alike on more than one occasion, listen here, man. My dudes in Philly, I got some real strong dudes in Philly. They don't play that shit. And they probably embarrassed for the fact to see that Meek Mills, one of the street guys that came out of there, got caught up in this Hollywood shit.
Girl, they released all the photos of the sex workers that Diddy would hire to have sex with Cassie in front of him for the freak-offs. I looked at every last picture of those men. Not one woman was hired. Diddy is gay. Okay? Diddy likes men. If you look at all those men, all those pretty ass niggas that he hired, he likes men. Okay? He likes men. That's why he was